I did not expect that to happen. Um, First of all, I had Devin winning, right? But then I saw the weigh-in, and someone actually asked me. I was gonna do a video, um, about me giving Ryan the edge now because of the weigh-in, because I saw a couple of things in the weigh-in that made me think that Devin Haney wasn't going to be at his best, and Ryan himself, I don't think he was going to be at his best either. Um, but Ryan, he was gonna be better than he has been in the past. Basically, that's what I felt. Um, it was like someone, because Devin was drained. Like, you looked at the video, the way he was talking, he looked like he could barely talk. He felt like he wanted to go home and sleep or eat. Um, it just didn't look good for Devin. And I actually commented on that. Somebody asked me the question, um, under my video of where I said that Devin was going to win. He said, "What do you think about the weigh-in?" And I said, "I'm going to have to give Ryan Garcia the edge, but watching the fight, watching what happened in the fight, I think Ryan Garcia just beats him any time, any weight. I don't think it matters, because he didn't really beat him just because of power. I mean, speed and power was very obviously on Ryan's favor. He was faster than Devin. He was quicker than Devin. Devin couldn't see some of the punches coming. Um, and Devin just didn't have an answer for the Philly shell that he had. Because let's be honest, man, the Philly shell, I know the way Ryan uses it, it looks a little weird, but it works. Devin didn't have an answer for it. He did not have an answer for the Ryan shell. That's what we're gonna call it now, because we gotta respect the guy. Um, the Ryan shell, he couldn't crack it. He didn't know what to do. He was looking stupid, and I was like, bro, like, you have to know the ins and outs of a style of a guard to the point to where you even know how to crack it yourself. You can't just know all of the strengths and believe that it has no weaknesses. Every style has a weakness. Every style has a weakness. Every guard has a weakness. You just have to, figure it out. Just have to figure it out. But I was still surprised because of the way things happened. I mean, but the Devin was kind of doing good towards after the first, because the first round, Ryan caught him with a hook, right? They were both coming in. His reach, it just seems like it looked like Ryan's reach was better. I don't know if it is or isn't. I didn't look at the tail of the tape, but after that, I was like, bro, it's not gonna look good for you, because a big part of it is being able to take shots, right? Being able to take shots, and not only that, but you being able to at least have a little bit of pop behind your shots. But it just seemed like both of those things weren't there for Devin. He wasn't hurting with anything that he was touching Ryan. I think he hurt him maybe once. He surprised him with something, I think in the second round, I believe. And Devin was doing okay until Ryan decided to use his jab again. Once Ryan decided to use his jab again and mix it up with the hook, which is what I've always been wanting him to do, Ryan was better. And Ryan, after the knockdown, for some reason, was still tied or down on the scorecards. I was pissed, because I was like, how does that make sense, bro? It doesn't make any sense. He's obviously winning the fight. He's hitting him more times, right? Then Devin is hitting him. He already dropped them, right? So why is he not? I think there was a point deduction, but it was bogus. It was bogus point deduction because Devin was trying to hold. By the way, that's another thing Devin was doing. He was holding and holding and holding. And he wasn't even strategically holding. He was just holding because he didn't know what to do. And yeah, watching the fight, I feel like it does. I thought Ryan was gonna win towards the end. I was leaning on Ryan winning because of the weight and because they were both gonna come in, kind of with a bad rehydration, right? But the one that was gonna get it worse for sure was Devin. That was my opinion. Devin was the one that was gonna get it worse. Why? Because Ryan was already missing weight anyways. It's almost like he didn't even try. So coming into the fight, the guy that was going to bounce back with his weight bigger was going to be Devin. And believe it or not, that takes a toll on you. That takes a toll on your nervous system. That takes a toll on your body. You gotta understand, like, your body is like, your nervous system is the first thing that gauges everything for you, right? And if you change weights rapidly like that, especially if you're like an athlete, and you immediately go into something that you're going to, push yourself, your body is gonna take a little bit of time and to recalibrate the situation. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's why it's when people say, "Oh, but there's no rehydration clause," meaning that you're gonna be able to eat whatever you want after the weigh-in. That is not always good, especially when you killed yourself to make the weight, and then you regain most of that, in one night. That's not a good thing, man. That is not a good thing. It's it's not, because of the reasons I just explained. But the ref was definitely. It seemed like the ref was on Devin's side, and one of the judges towards the end of the fight had it a draw, which was crazy. That's why. And then the other thing is, I was listening to some of the people, bro, and listen, Ryan's a Mexican, okay, and I'm gonna tell you why. Now I know he doesn't claim Mexico that much, and Mexico doesn't really mess with him that much, anyways. But to them, he's a Mexican. He's just another Mexican, because let's be honest, they didn't care about him being slicker than Devin, beating another slick back fighter. They didn't care about that. They were gonna rob him if he didn't KO him, which is something that I've told you is a staple of how they think Mexican fighters should be. They either win by knockdown or knockout, or lose by decision, and that's literally what was gonna happen last night. They were going to rob Ryan, dude. They were gonna try their best to rob Ryan. Everything was on Devin's favor, and that's a common theme, dude. Like, I know people be like, okay, you're bringing race into it. It's like, bro, like, the whole slick back fighter thing, it has to, and the Mexican style too, it has to be put into a joke now. Okay, it has to be a joke now. And not only that, it has to be looked at as a stereotype or a possibility of being true, but not necessarily being true at all. And the reason for that is because we've seen it time and time again, and we see how the scorecards, how people react to it. Like, people were watching Ryan and thinking that he wasn't really doing nothing until he got that knockdown. And I was like, what do you mean, bro? He's catching him. The only thing Ryan was doing wrong is that he wasn't using the jab for a little bit there. But once he starts using the jab and throwing the hook off the jab, and then throwing the hook and then jabbing afterwards, like mixing it up like that, he's a dangerous dude, man. He's a dangerous guy, because you're not going to be able to reach him, and if you do try to reach him, he's going to check hook you, or he's going to hit you with a 2 down the middle. So he's very dangerous. And one of the things I've always said is like, you need to copy, or emulate guys like Tommy Hearns. Tommy Hearns is a very good style for for Ryan Garcia. But at the same time, I like the boots that that Devin had, but I felt sorry for Devin. I felt sorry for Devin because I had high hopes for Devin. And I still do. Okay, this isn't the end for Devin. It's not. He still got some fights that he could do. The only thing that does worry me is that we're gonna have to see if this was a situation of him, being weak for this fight or being weak in general. Because people have told me that he's just always been weak. You know, um, my friend actually predicted it right for the right reasons. I predicted it correct because of the weight, but my friend said that Devin just can't. He was gonna lose because Ryan was fast and he had power, and those two combined is a bad. Um, it's a bad combo for Devin because Devin's not gonna know how to deal with that. And looking at this fight and looking at the way it happened, yes, I believe that's true. I believe that no matter what weight they fight in, Ryan Garcia is gonna come out on top because he's fast and because he's powerful. He's accurate too. So um, now from here, where do they go? I think Devin, Devin should fight. He shouldn't get the rematch, okay, because of the way he got beat. He got dominated in there. It was just bad. And if he goes in there again against Ryan, he risks losing again. I mean, that's really what's going to happen is he's going to lose again. And nobody wants to see. I mean, if it was a closer fight, if it was like a closer fight and it was a back and forth fight, then of course I want to see it again. Because it was a close fight. And some people are going to say it's a robbery, this, that, and the other, whatever. But since it wasn't a close fight and it was a domination from Ryan Garcia and everybody saw it, it would be redundant and it would be a waste of time for them to try to do it again. I think Ryan Garcia should fight. Right now they're talking about who should Ryan Garcia fight next, and that's mainly where the focus is at right now. And I think he should fight Pitbull Cruz, in my opinion. And if he doesn't want to do it next, he could maybe take like a tune-up fight. But he should definitely fight Pitbull, and then he should fight Rolly. If they could move up and weight and meet him up in a catch weight. If not, then he should just move up to 147. Because this weight in itself was already hard enough for them to make, for both of them. For both Devin and Ryan, it was hard for them to make it. They should both move up to 147 and compete there and then meet up again. But to have this fight happen again and be next, I think would be a waste of time for both of them. And yeah, I think Devin should probably fight someone like maybe Rolly or Barroso. I think Barroso is a good one too. Or maybe he wants to fight somebody technical like himself, like Shakur. And see if he's good on that end. Because the thing is, when he fights people that are powerful, if they don't have speed, then he's fine. But if they have speed and the power, it's trouble for him. Just really quick, guys. Just wanted to say something else before I end it. Ryan proved me wrong, and he really trolled a lot of us, including myself, and because I thought he was in bad shape. I thought he was doing too much. Basically, he wasn't focused in the fight, And I thought that he was drinking and stuff. Um, and of course, it's come out that he wasn't really drinking, that it was a lie, that he was playing us. And I think maybe Devin thought that it was the same thing, because the way he was fighting, it just seemed like Devin thought um, that Ryan was going to be able to just walk through Ryan because he was so out of shape. But the thing is that he wasn't. That's the thing. Of course, he was huffing and puffing a couple of times. He did look tired. But Devin was so hurt that he really couldn't retaliate. He really couldn't do anything that he wanted to do. Um, so so yeah, I just wanted to admit that part of it. The part that I did get wrong is that I thought Ryan Garcia was not gonna come in shape and was not gonna come in um, ready to fight. Now he did miss weight, so I don't know if that was part of the strategy or not. But usually when somebody misses weight, that means that they're not in shape, or supposedly that's the popular belief. I don't believe that. I believe that weight is just regulations. It's what matters in boxing. But it matters because there's regulations that have to be taken for the safety of the fighters. But both of them are big guys. They rehydrate really big, around the same weight. I'm not sure if they did come in around the same weight, or if they didn't. But it was still going to be more detrimental to Devin because Devin rehydrated the most, because he lost the most weight. And like I said before, that's just a recipe for disaster when it comes to boxing. Um, but yeah, the other thing I wanted to say really quick, guys. This is about Ryan Garcia, and people should respect that because a lot of people are trying to make it about other fighters that have nothing to do with this fight. And the fighters that they're trying to bring up are fighters that ain't even fighting. And I'm not even going to mention the names, but other fans of other fighters in lower weight classes that try to drain people to fight them, are making it about them when they don't really fight anybody. We need to stop talking about those people. We need to start talking about the people that do give us the fights, like Devin and Ryan Garcia. All those other guys trying to live off of the coulda, woulda, shouldas. Those guys, y'all need to stop idolizing those guys. You need to put those guys in the past. It's not about them. Everybody needs to give Ryan Garcia his flowers and move on. Um, but it is what it is, guys. That's gonna be it for today. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.